Why I believe you're in for a treat. Now, I know that you know and have been following our next speaker. You know, or should know, of course, that she was the first woman for the House of Representatives from Minnesota, right? You should know that she was the first ever, probably do, first ever woman to win the Iowa Ames straw poll. Let's give her a round. You do know that she is an extremely qualified candidate and person. Like me, she happens to be a lawyer. You do know she sits on the Intelligence Committee and is privy to classified information. You do know she appeals to a broad cross-section of people. You do not get elected in Minnesota because you do not appeal to a broad range of people. But I could go on and on about her and her firsts, and we could read pages. But let me tell you why I believe you need to hear from Michele Bachmann. As most of you know, my parents came from Chicago in the 50s. They were Italian Catholic Republicans in the 50s in Chicago. Rarefied people. In 1967, my father and less than 2 tables worth of people started the Conservative Party of New York and elected James Buckley to the U.S. Senate, the only third-party U.S. senator on our side of freedom that's ever been elected. I tell you that, not because I want to tell you about me, but my parents taught me the value of believing. The value of believing. And this next person understands the value of believing. She believes in people over government. She believes in our Constitution, not because it is a document that we should infrequently look at, because she believes in its ideal. And let me tell you something, you do not get to be the first woman elected in the House of Representatives from Minnesota by accident or because you gave one good speech at a convention. You do not get to be the first woman to win the Iowa poll because of an accident. It is because you speak with clarity and you believe in something. Right now, our country doesn't need to be told by government what to do. What we need are leaders who believe in individuals, who believe in freedom, will speak with clarity, and will inspire a new generation of Americans to fight for that freedom. And by God, I'm telling you, you are about to see someone, believe in someone who understands freedom and who does believe and is a great leader for our country. Everybody, please give a huge welcome for Congressman Michele Bachmann.
I'm so thrilled and happy to be here with all of you tonight. My name is Michele Bachmann, and I am running for the Republican nomination to be the next President of the United States in 2012. It is really a tremendous thrill and honor for me to be able to be here tonight with all of you in the Golden State. You have produced Ronald Reagan as our president, and he serves as the example for us all. Thank you for what you have given to our country. We are in a time when we should be rejoicing and we should be absolutely thrilled at the opportunity that we have before us. The country is facing severe attacks in so many ways, from the economy to housing. We've all seen that the housing has dropped in value. It's amazing. From 2008 until the first quarter of this year, housing prices have dropped about 19%. That is stunning. Housing is one of the pillars and the backbones of our economy, and housing has been attacked like none other. That cannot go forward. So why are we excited? We see the jobs report was the worst in 66 years. Not one net new job was created in the last reports that came out. So why should we be excited? There's more. When we look at the value of the dollar, if you pull a dollar, I don't know if any of you have any left in your wallet or anything, probably not now here in your state, but if you pull a dollar out and you take a look at it, since Barack Obama has been president of the United States, that dollar has lost 12% of its value. Because we need a sound dollar in this country, don't we? We need a sound dollar. We're not getting it, unfortunately, under this president. So why be excited? Well, take a look also at what the reaction has been to President Obama and his policies. Take a look at the reaction. Go back to just when Obamacare was passed. Remember, in the Senate, Harry Reid slammed Obamacare through, and when he did, there was a reaction all across the country. It was Christmas Eve, if you recall. And it came at a time when people were just floored. They were trying to do everything they could to get the attention of their representatives. And were they listening? They didn't listen. Tens of thousands of Americans came to Washington, D.C. to let their voice be known, but no one listened. And so the American people decided to send a signal. They said, you will listen. And Scott Brown was elected senator from the state of Massachusetts in Ted Kennedy's seat. People all across the country came together to deliver that very loud signal. Well, they didn't go to sleep after that election, because we had the election in 2010. And this wonderful entity known as the Tea Party organically sprung up across America and decided, in response to a $1 trillion stimulus that has produced no new jobs, and in response to the government takeover of 1/6 of the economy, and in response to cash for clunkers, and dollars for dishwashers, and money for Solyndra here in California, in response to all of that, the Tea Party sprung up. And this wonderful entity known as the Tea Party is really an idea. And this idea consists of this. The Tea Party believes that we are taxed enough already. And the Tea Party believes that government shouldn't spend more money than what it takes in. And the Tea Party believes in this quaint notion that government should act within the bounds of the Constitution. What an amazing radical group of Americans. Those are the animating principles of the Republican Party, coincidentally enough. And so what's amazing is that we take the verve and the vibrancy and the life that the Tea Party movement has brought back in to America's founding documents, and the Tea Party movement showed up with Republicans and disaffected Democrats and independents. And in 2010, we saw 63 new Republican House members elected